seen me try and paint this beach in maybe 2-3 episodes ago, I think, and you remember this place. It was just so fucking windy, and just, you know, I couldn't paint shit because it was gonna blow this whole pack over. But thankfully, it's just super peaceful right now. So what that means is that I get to paint up this beautiful scene behind me. A couple ideas I got with it. The tide is actually super fucking high, so that means that the place I actually wanted to go just a little bit there, it's actually tide's risen to that spot, so I can't walk there and paint there like I was thinking. But you know, this scene works good. I'm gonna try and like scumble up some sort of idea with this scene and sort of try and make it work. So yeah. Oh no, forgot my sketchbook. So now that I've forgotten my sketchbook, I'm gonna try and have to, you know, stand back and try and line it up. Think about the composition that way, because I can't just draw a square. If I had my sketchbook, you know, I could draw a square. I think I've got a good composition in mind. I've got to just try and line it up and keep checking, and then as soon as I got the composition down, like the drawing, then it's fine. But it's just, you know, trying to match what I'm seeing in the drawing with the sort of size of the canvas and trying to translate that together. Sketchbook is just such a big composition helper. So, whatever, got it, so it's forgotten. Let's try and get this done. We've got heaps of time, but just try and get it done. Pretty confident with this SketchUp. The SketchUp's actually looking really nice. The trees and the bank in here, I've sort of separated those trees with that little bit of tree sort of split from the actual leaves to the actual rocks and dirt through here. So I'm going to put in the trunks of the trees there and the boulders and the sort of rocks and dirt and stuff like that that's been eroded. I'm going to be able to use that as like some sort of one sort of shape there, and then the top of the trees will be a shape here that goes off to the top there, and then I've got that sort of blue sky as one shape, and then another shape over there with the faraway mountains, and then got all this sort of open water here in front of me, which will look nice because I've got a lot of variation of color with the different softer blues to the darker blues to this lighter sort of sandbank there. That's the first bit blocked in. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Oh, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I'm pretty stoked on how everything's looking at the moment. I'm enjoying putting it together, so that's always a positive. I'm still utilizing the Casey Bow technique of peripherally seeing things, not looking directly into things, but looking at things as a whole, and not looking into the color, but just looking at the color as a whole in comparison with everything else that's around it. So just looking at everything all at once, and then just quickly seeing it all, and then pulling my vision down to the palette and mixing that up. Probably be talking about this for the next couple of videos, because it's just something I've been trying to wrap my head around, trying to learn how to see and paint with it. And that's what I'm Yeah, but so far so good. You know, I'm really enjoying the way it's looking. I'm really enjoying the way it's feeling while I'm painting. You know, it works really fluidly, and I'm really happy with the way that I can seamlessly just look at a color, look into it, and sort of change it around. This section here of the painting is probably going to be the trickiest because I've got a lot of the foliage, the rocks. This one's really going to make the painting or break it, essentially. I do plan to come back in over the top of it when I get back to the studio and just sort of refine and maybe change up a few colors of a few things. So I'm not too crazy scared about just digging in, changing things, because I know I'm going to change it anyways when I get to the studio, or at least refine it is a better word for it. But this section here is probably going to be the trickiest, so I'm going to have a drink of water, think about it a little bit, and get stuck into it. Up there needs help with his jet ski. We're gonna give him a hand. Hey bro, did you need a hand, man? Did you need a hand getting it back in the water, bro? Is it bank?
I don't think we'll be able to do it. I'm waiting for the ferry to come, so
oh yeah,
every time it comes it puts a lot of
straight. Well, that was a bit of fun trying to get that jet ski out of the water there, but all done, all good. Saved his hide. I don't know how he's gonna get that out. I wasn't here, so all the best to him. Bloke's name was Shannon, so shout out to you, Shannon, man. Being a top bloke. It was a good, fun conversation. He was actually flying a drone around the place too, so it was good to talk about that as well. But anyways, I'm gonna try and get back to this painting to see what I can do. So essentially what I'm trying to do now is sort of just scumble in a lot of this little finer detail through the rocks and the sort of face there, and sort of bring that up and then sort of add in some of those trunks and stuff like that. I'm using a 3-pointed round to get all this sort of nice detail in, and trying to get it all in now so I don't have to do too much work back in the studio for it. I'm liking how it's building up, so it's always a good sign when I'm liking how it's building up. I wish I remembered sunscreen. Again, this is just going to be a constant thing of just forgetting sunscreen. Oh well, let's get back to it. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna get some drone shots of this beautiful sunset that you can see behind me. It looks awesome. It looks like it's gonna get a lot awesomer. I'm really happy with what I've accomplished today. Literally only like this sort of area that I want to refine, and maybe a little bit in the water that I want to touch up. I want to touch up it anyways. I told Av I'll be home by 5 and it's 4:19, so I better start heading back home now. But before I do, I'm gonna try and get some shots of this beautiful sunset. We'll end our time here on that, and I'll flick over into the studio and we'll finish this painting off. That is it. That is the completion of this entire painting. So honestly, I'm really happy with the piece. I'm pretty stoked with how it's turned out. It looks pretty much like how it does in my mind and how it does in the reference photo and all that sort of stuff. I look at it from back here, you know, it looks fantastic like that, because you know, when I get up close like this, I look into it like that, it's not as important to me as when I'm standing back here looking at it from back here like this. Back here looks great. Super happy with it all. Looks awesome. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Good, bad, ugly. I want to get back to it, respond to you. Love to read your feedback. Be awesome. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Hit that bell after you hit subscribe so you get notified every time I upload. As well as all that, I do have my newsletter you can sign up to right now on my website. The sign up section on my website gives you 24-hour early access to all my videos here on YouTube, as well as reference photos to the plein air pieces I paint or whatever else I'm painting. Early access videos, reference photos, and in the future there might be discounts on if I sell merch and shirts or courses and stuff like that. So sign up to it, get those freebies, get the good stuff, and that'd be awesome so we can stay connected. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.